So at the Strand Arts Centre, we have been discussing Belfast City Council's new 10-year cultural strategy with our patrons, our community and arts partners, some local businesses and other stakeholders. We're very excited about its citizen-focused approach, but we felt it was important for them to also understand that they are at the heart of this strategy and to see what impacts they might see it delivering and how the Strand can deliver on those too.
I grew up with the Strand, and it's always been there. It's an iconic building. There's only one Strand. And I think that because it allowed people to escape in their imaginations, so in that way it has become part of the DNA of families in East Belfast.
Engage with Age works with older people across East Belfast, and very often older people don't have very many facilities or places that they can go to, places that are warm and welcoming, and places where they can enjoy themselves. And the Silver Screenings programme that the Strand Cinema has been running for a number of years is a very welcoming place for people to come to.
Everybody looks forward to coming here on a Thursday after lunchtime, and it's just terrific. Looking forward to it. Yes, really all enjoy it. It would be a big loss if ever it stopped.
We couldn't get here without the help of the sponsors because the transport's not good on our side, never mind this side.
It's really important to focus on growing arts and community in the community. Centralisation doesn't work, and particularly with the history of Belfast, we have a segregated community. We need to be able to open that up, and we open that up by making people feel comfortable. They feel comfortable in their own communities to start with, so if we're going to grow it, we have got to make sure that we don't centralise everything. Provision of services outside of a central hub is vital, and areas of Belfast are neglected in this. North and East Belfast particularly are absolutely neglected in these areas, and development of arts services is vital. So I would very much challenge Belfast City Council to focus very much on where resources have not traditionally been put.
Over the last couple of years, the Strand have been delighted to be partnering with Wandsworth Community Centre and Eastside Arts to deliver a lantern parade through East Belfast, along the Belmont Road, down the Hollywood Road, into C.S. Lewis Square, where we finish with a community firework display. It's a wonderful opportunity to animate the streets at Christmas time, bring a bit of light and a bit of fun and a bit of noise into the area.
The Lantern Parade was a craft session for under fives, I think, and it gave them the equipment they needed, it gave the instruction they needed, all these things to create their own lantern for the parade. They could take it out in the street, and then they walk with their family, they walk with their friends, they meet people from different areas in East Belfast that they wouldn't meet in school, and it was just a beautiful thing to do.
The theme that I like most is the strategic theme 2, a city challenging. That's the one that breaks down our diversity and allows us to make these public spaces feel like everyone's spaces. We want to get everyone in and diversify, let them feel safe and that they're able to express themselves and allow for difference. I think it's very important that people come in and allow that they're allowed to speak their mind and not be judged for it, and that's the theme that I think will work really well in Belfast.
The confidence is a really big factor, especially in this day and age whereby children all too often do not have the confidence to be different, do not have the confidence to speak out, do not have the confidence to change what the expectation is of them. And in order to giving them the platform and giving them the opportunity to be more creative and to be them more themselves, then we'll only set them up better in later life.
One Eye Open has also allowed me to involve my teenage daughter in coming into the Strand. It is a group for teenagers to access movies for free. They come together, they plan which movies they want to see, they talk amongst themselves about the movies. The onus is on them to make this work. And I love that. It's not adults doing it for teenagers, it's teenagers being given a space to do the best for themselves.
Absolutely, 100%. I think that creativity is important for the future of Belfast, and I think You know, we have seen as a school how many people end up in the creative industries, even if they haven't studied in the creative subjects. It's a long-term development, you know, for young people. It's not just a case of, you know, one little bit of a workshop here or there. You know, they need to have sustained training, sustained opportunities to become confident in their own ideas, to work in a team creating things, to be able to showcase their creativity.
City creating is also very important. It lets us create this skill set that we can create creative masters and innovators. In Northern Ireland, we've been very good the last few years with our creative industries and with Game of Thrones and stuff, and we need to relate that now to our local venues and stuff like Strand Cinema, bringing the theatre out of the city centre into the local areas.
Stranded was really kind of a reaction to a lack of things to do in East Belfast on Friday night. And also actually, you know, knowing the arts sector pretty well and knowing lots of kind of smaller upcoming kind of artists, comedians, magicians, musicians, dancers. It's really hard to get profile for like developing work. It's really hard to get a space, especially on the weekend, where you can do new and challenging work.
There's a real sense of this being a place where artists can interact and cooperate and collaborate, but quite often having the space to do that, both the physical space, but also a building and an organisation that has that kind of ethos of allowing people to experiment and for not everything always to be a resounding success. That's the thing. Obviously you hope everything's going to be a huge success, but you know, you've got to have a space to try things out, to then go, oh well, you know, some of that worked brilliantly, some of it didn't, and to have an audience that are on board with that as well and know that they're seeing something exciting, they're seeing new stuff being created, and they're able to come and see it at an affordable price as well, which means that people will come out of their houses when they don't have a huge amount of money in their pocket. They'll come down and be able to see a really good, exciting night of stuff that's being created before their eyes.
So recently we received some funding to purchase a mobile screening kit, which will allow us to go out into the community and put on screenings for groups that couldn't access the Strand. We'll be able to do reminiscence work with older people's groups. We're also going to be able to deliver really brilliant immersive cinema experiences where we can work with groups beforehand to maybe decorate the space or just animate it further, but it's in their own environment, which I think will be really exciting for both us and them to enjoy.
I think there's been a big shift globally towards this idea of experiential tourism. So visitors don't just want to visit cities, they want to get underneath the skin of a city and they want to get underneath the skin of their people, their communities, what makes people tick in the local areas across the city. So it's not just the big £1 million visitor attractions that people are going for now, but it's actually the sort of more real, authentic visitor experiences that can be on offer. And I think that's what the Strand can offer folks. It can offer people an idea of the sort of cultural heritage of this area.
Tourism isn't just about sightseeing, it's about doing, and the ability to actually participate in arts and understand more the history and culture through arts and expression is absolutely vital to any community. And having facilities that allow people to come and experience or to practice or to learn new skills or crafts which show them the history, the culture, the heritage of Northern Ireland, of Belfast, is really important. And it's a different way of offering Belfast to tourists, a way that maybe some people would never consider.
We need to like celebrate Belfast for its uniqueness. We need to really get into the sort of specifics of what makes us great. You know, we're not London, we're not Berlin, we're not Dublin, we're not any of those places. We're really unique, and creativity is the way to celebrate that and make that work.